it's Anna here from Paper Craft Create and welcome to my channel. Today I will create a flip card with a gift card pocket perfect for Christmas or can easily be adapted to use for any gift giving occasion. This video is part of a collaboration hop and I will be using Card Sketch 8 as inspiration from Kendra's Card Challenge 16 and featuring a large sentiment stamp from one of our super sponsors of the challenge, Artful Angel. I'd like to say thank you to Artful Angel for not only supporting the wonderful Kendra's Card Challenge 16, but for also supplying the product I'm using today. They are offering a prize of a $30 gift certificate when you enter your own set of 15 cards in Kendra's Card Challenge 16. Artful Angel are a supplier of their own exclusive designs as well as some other complementary crafting products with a strong focus on Copic colouring. They offer a subscription Copic club. The stamps that I'm using today is called Chill and Cheer 1. As mentioned earlier, I will be using Card Sketch 8 as my inspiration. However, I will be turning this card sketch on its side and using it as a landscape. You will start with a card base of 4 1/4 by 11, then scoring at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. Next, you will need to burnish those score lines. So the small tab, that first score line, you'll be folding up and creating a nice crease. And then the next one you'll fold in the opposite direction to close the card up. Now on that small tab, you'll be cutting away a little bit off either side. Depending on what you're going to be using, you'll see what I mean once I add my embellishment. You might want it a bit bigger or a bit smaller, but generally I'll be adding a reasonable size embellishment to the top. But you don't really need to measure this. You can eyeball it. Perhaps just, use a pair of scissors, or you can use a trimmer if you would prefer. I will start with my first pattern paper panel, and that will be going on the very front square panel. So you will move that tab out of the way, and I will be matting it with some gold foil and adhering it to the front of this panel. As mentioned earlier, this is part of a giveaway hop. So I'd love for you to get around to all the videos. There is a convenient playlist linked in the description box below, so you can get around and watch all those videos. So Kendra has kindly provided a digital download as a prize. So when you get around to watching all the videos, there is also a form linked below where you need to fill out and go into the running to win that digital prize. The closing date for that is the 18th of December. So please get around and support my fellow design team members, and hopefully you're inspired with some of this gorgeous product. Now I'm moving on to the next panel, which I'll also be matting on some gold foil. So essentially this card sketch is the same thing. It's just that I've turned the top into an interactive bit. So, looking at your card sketches, of course you can change them up, and this is a nice little play on those. Now I'll also be putting an additional piece of patterned paper on the inside of this card, which you can or you don't need to do, but I thought it just the paper was so pretty, I just wanted to use as much as I could of it. And I do love pink at Christmas time. Not always a traditional colour, but I just think it adds just a lovely soft touch. I'd love for you to leave a comment down below whether are you a traditional colours person or a non-traditional. I like a bit of both, but I'm really loving this pink. So I'm adding this second panel, which also, as stated, had been also matted on the gold foil, and I think it just looks absolutely gorgeous, and with that sort of neutral background, really quite lovely. So now I'll be adding my focal point, which is the stamp, the Chill and Cheer stamp, which I have coloured, and you would have seen me do that at the beginning of this video with some Copic markers in some coordinating pink colours. And traditionally, obviously, you'd probably more go for a blue, but I just loved the pink and I just thought it looked so great. And it's such a gorgeous sentiment stamp that I thought, it's sort of, standalone. It's just gorgeous on its own. So really loving that indeed. Now, this inside section, I will be putting a another piece of patterned paper. Obviously, it's not called for in this card sketch, but I just love this paper so much that I wanted to utilize it, and really, make this card super special. And given that it's going to have a gift card in it, it just adds a little bit of something extra to it. So I'll just mat that. Now, I haven't used the gold foil in that because I thought it might just be a little bit too much. And I sort of like to keep the front a little bit more special than the inside. Now we'll be moving on to making the pocket for the gift card. So just using a standard gift card, the pocket piece will be 2 3/4 by 2 3/8. You will score on 3 sides of this piece. And then once again, you will fold and burnish those 3 sides. So I just will fold those quite nicely here. Take out my bone folder and give them a nice crisp edge. So doing all 3 of those. Now what you'll find is that all 3 of those on top of each other, the 2 bottom corners will be quite bulky. So we'll just cut completely across on an angle, just at where those 2 lines intersect. This will help with the bulk on those corners, and it'll just help adhere the pocket a lot flatter so that you can put your gift card in and it won't run the risk of falling off. I'm adding a little half circle here, hole punch, just as a bit of embellishment for extra interest. You don't have to do this, but I like to do this when I do make my pockets. Now I've just put the gift card in this and just putting some glue on. I like to do this to make sure that the gift card will sit nicely on this sheet. So I'll just put it on there. It just helps with making everything nice and flat, and making sure that gift card will fit in nicely. Now, if you're interested in partaking in Kendra's Card Challenge 16, all the details are linked below, and there's also an introductory video. There is less than 1 month left to enter your 15 cards, so get on into it and enter those cards. Now, with this particular card, I just, you could leave it blank because it is sort of a light coloured card base, but I thought I might just add in a white sheet of paper, which is, I think, just 4 by 4 inches, to write my message. But you could use whatever you wanted. You could, in fact, put another piece of patterned paper there and then, write on the back of the card. Totally up to you, but this is my choice of what I decided to do. So I hope you like this card, and thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoy putting these videos together and sharing some inspiration, and just showing you how you can change these up. Till next time, happy crafting.